Thank you for joining us today on Capital Chaos. I'm your host, James 7X, and today on the show we've got Sacramento's very own Fallrise. Thank you for joining us today, gentlemen. We really appreciate your time here. For those of us, we know you who you are on Capital Chaos, but for those that you might be introduced to you for the first time, can you go ahead and introduce yourselves, what you do within the band?
I'm Dave, I have guitars.
Sammy, lead vocals.
I'm Anthony, and I play bass.
Gentlemen, you got a new album out called Territories. Tell me, and for those that may have not had a chance to listen to it, about the new album and how it differs from maybe your previous releases.
Go ahead with that one.
You know, honestly, man, this album's just, I consider it to be kind of our first album. Like, we got 2 other CDs before this, but this is really the first chance that I think we have that we've really gotten to use all of our different influences and be really diverse with our sound. Some of it's heavy, some of it's soft, some of it's rock, some of it's hard rock, some of it's just straightforward metal. And this is the first time we've gotten to take advantage of having such an amazing production on the album, too, or on any of our recordings. We've got to work with some...
Where did you record the album at?
We recorded part of it in L.A. with Matt Hyden, dude that worked with Hatebreed and Slayer, and then the other part of it we worked and recorded here in our own home studio.
How was that working with such a legend within the industry?
It's phenomenal. Loved it. It's really cool.
Did he give you any extra input or advice, and
Sure.
How did that affect
Kinda changed the course of the album, basically.
Yeah, we brought him in because we were getting attention from radio, and we were missing some stuff in our songs, and so some of the advice was to go out and reach out to a producer. This could give us some help. So that's what we did, and he definitely opened the door on helping us with hooks and stuff. So a big thanks to Matt Hyde for helping us out with the album.
Absolutely.
How'd you guys draft the name Territories, and is it symbolic within the album? What does Territories mean?
The album covers so much ground musically and lyrically. There's just all kinds of different stuff on it. Like I said, every song sounds different. The formulas of the songs are completely different. There's just every song you listen to, it's like a different territory.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Who would you say some of the biggest influences for the album would be, or maybe just your music in general?
I kind of learned recently that instead of taking my 2 biggest influences to take all 30 of my influences, 40, as many influences as I can possibly pack in. And so you can try to come up with an individual sound that way instead of, they sound like Alice in Chains, they sound like Pantera. All right, no, it sounds like 30 different of our favorite influences all together, which creates a new our sound.
Well, how are you able to take in all this different type of music and quantify it and be able to make it so it's this one concise kind of a thing? It sounds like you're taking a lot from different artists, but how are you able to compact it and bring it out and make it your own?
I don't think we really intentionally took all these influences as, okay, this band, and put it in there. It's just whatever we happen to be listening to at the moment, and whatever's touching us at the time, while we're going through the album, is what we started putting back out, and you can see that throughout the different tracks in the album. They're all very different, so, and that was the point, so.
Did you guys try anything different in the production of this album as opposed to maybe any of the other ones, other than just working with Mr. Hyde?
Go for it.
I think we tried a lot of different approaches with this album. We had obviously we had Matt Hyde work with us. We spent a lot of time towards the end of the record kind of trying different approaches musically and vocally, melodically. We just tried taking what we normally do and kind of step so far outside of it and come back, if that makes sense. Just kind of step so far out, find something, and then dial it back to kind of what we put out musically, and that turned into something completely different for us. So we really wanted to get out of our comfort zone for this album. We didn't want to do the same thing with the same sound, the same styles and all that. So we took a lot of measures to kind of get out of that and break free from that.
Well, I think in order to grow as artists or as anybody, you have to step out of your comfort zone, and that's probably something you guys worked really hard on. Now, tell me about the new single, Death of a Friend. Tell me a little bit about that, and maybe for those that haven't gotten a chance to listen in on it.
That's your baby.
Well, we had a chance to work with a with a guy out in New York, David Bindeth, and we were halfway through the album, and the deal was the album has to be finished in 3 weeks if you want this slot, because there's a bunch of other bands that wanted the same slot that he was prepared to give us. So we needed to write, and we needed to write fast. We needed to write good, and so I had to take some stuff that obviously meant a lot to me, that it would open the floodgates as far as writing lyrics for a song would go. And Death of a Friend, it's pretty self-explanatory. A friend of mine committed suicide years ago. It was kind of my release for, the situation that happened.
I'm sorry to hear that. When I was I was in high school, and it happened to one of my close friends, so I can sympathize with you, and I'm sorry about that. And, we'll take a moment of silence right quick here for your friend out of respect. All right, now that we're back, so what's it like getting radio play outside of local licks? I mean, I've heard you guys on 98 Rock a bunch of times, not during Andy Hawk's show. I mean, that's got to be pretty sweet.
That was the whole goal with the album, and it's still kind of surreal a little bit, and because it all just happened, it just happened, and all of a sudden it was there, and there's 2 songs that are in rotation at the moment. Don't know how long they're going to be there, but they're there for now, and I'm soaking it up, man.
What does it mean to you?
It means having a really shitty day working construction and being a grunt in the regular world, and turning on the radio and hearing my voice on the radio, and all of a sudden my day is like, all right, man, this is all right, things gonna be all right.
Now I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, now I know why I'm here, man. I'm not just a construction working.
And that's good. You want to, I think that's exemplifies your hard work ethic. If you're putting so much time into working and then getting this, album prepared, and, devoting a lot of your time to getting that done, it says a lot about you and your personality. So that's really cool. You guys have another show coming up June 28th at the Capitol Mall with, Sac Rocks. What are you looking forward to about this show?
Just hanging with everybody, man. It's going to be one big party for Sacramento, man. And that's the intention of the whole thing, and we want to try and keep it that way, man. It's just we're there to hang with everybody and have a good time, man, and we hope that everyone has that same attitude, man. So bring the party.
So we've got a couple more questions before I let you gentlemen go. What are some of the goals that you guys have by the end of 2014? What do you want to have accomplished? Maybe personally or, with the band,
Within the band, we hope to have at least somewhat of a decent West Coast tour under our belt. Which we're working on right now. And really, other than that, that's our main goal. So
just continue to grow, continue to expand, kind of just find new places we haven't been before, and really just start to try to develop a following and get the music out there all year.
I think you guys are developing.
This guy twice walks in front of the camera.
Oh, wow. It's all good, I guess. We'll just edit him out, unfortunately. Technical difficulties, well, whatever. You guys are accomplishing so much for, being, a relatively new band within the Sacramento scene. You guys have amassed a local following, and, you guys are getting the radio play. You guys are getting the exposure, and you're bringing a lot of attention to Sacramento, I think, personally. Where can we find and follow you guys and stay connected for those of you that might be exposed to you for the first time here?
Pretty much all where you can find all the other bands. I mean, we're on Facebook, Reverb Nation, Twitter, Instagram.
98 Rock.
98 Rock. You can tune into 98 Rock, and you can hear us on a regular basis. And we're working on getting into the internet radio as well, like Pandora and Spotify and all that stuff. We'll be there soon. So we're getting there.
Where's a venue you want to play this year? One personal venue, maybe each of you have a different one that you'd really want to play. I don't know.
I would love to be able to get out to the amphitheater, out in Marysville. That'd be pretty sick to get up on that stage. I fucking love that stage, dude. It's monstrous, and I think we would fucking destroy it. So that's where I want to be somehow.
Marysville?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be sick. Shoreline, Marysville.
Shoreline is sweet.
Yeah.
Thinking more realistically, well, I mean, I wouldn't say realistically, but just for the short term, probably the Knitting Factory, like playing out there out in Reno.
That'd be fun. That's a good one.
But where I'd like to play at Aftershock. Discovery Park in September.
Wink, wink, September.
That'd be
Yeah.
that'd be quite an event.
So maybe we could start that hashtag, hashtag Fallrise Aftershock
2014.
2014.
We're working on it.
Do it.
All right, well, we'll start that. We'll start it with this. We'll go ahead and do it, because we can do that. All right, any final words for fans or friends, anybody listening to this?
We just appreciate everything, man. And honestly, really the only reason why all this shit's happening for us right now is because of our fans and our friends and our family and everybody that's out there that supports us. And people say that all the time, and the fact of the matter is, it's the reality of it. Without them, we're nothing, dude. So we're just playing in the garage and fucking making it a hobby, So we appreciate everything, and we'll try and keep fucking putting out good music for you guys.
Yeah, man. Our support and love that we receive in this town, our hometown, is it's unbelievable, man. Me personally, I'm looking to get into ways where I can give back, feeling like, I'm undeserving, dude, of all the love and support that I receive in this band and that we receive as a band. And we're going to continue absolutely to work as hard as we possibly can to bring more music, more shows, and look into ways we can get back to our fans. And look to get people not to walk in front of the camera.
They even look at us,
That's
man.
all right.
It's okay. It's okay. We're not filming an interview here at all. Capital Chaos, any final words?
Just want to reiterate that last question, man. Just want to thank everyone that supported us for how long we've been a band, 4 or 5 years. It means everything. It helps us do what we do, and we're going to continue to work for them and work for everyone that supports us, and hopefully gain a few new fans, and kind of give them a reason to support us, and not lose sight of the fact of why we're doing it. Basically, just we're making music, and we're doing it for us, but we're doing it to give back to everyone else.
Hey, this is Chuck Billy from Testament, and I'm blowing it up.
Blowing it up.
Blowing up.
On Capital Chaos.
Capital Chaos.
Capital Chaos.
Capital Chaos.
Capital Chaos. Capital Chaos.
Capital Chaos.
Capital Chaos.
Capital Chaos TV.
Motherfucker. Go fuck your mother.